In the name of Allah, the most compassionate, the most merciful, we people in our lives have certain good things and another certain things which are not so good. It is with each and everyone else, probably without exception. And those who do say that I don't have the troubles in my life, they are exceedingly positive people. I love those people. Or maybe they're mad. Their mind does not work. The right approach is that I do have a problems in my life like everyone else, but I am still enjoying my life. I'm okay with that. I know that there is no life without the problems. Only those who are in the graveyard, they are free of the troubles. But as for the living human beings are concerned, there will remain the problems and the troubles and the challenges in their life. So that is the right approach. Now, as for the problems are concerned, some of these problems are the genuine issues, while another some of these are very small problems. Yet another some of these are just the irritants and not any does not cause any real trouble in our life. But we people are having a kind of attitude towards these genuine problems, these small problems, and these irritants. And even there are certain things which are non issues at all. And it's we who are making them the issues. Sometimes we become quite intolerant toward something, toward a problem which is very small in nature, toward something which is just an irritant and not a real problem at all. But we become quite intolerant towards these. We become quite angry towards these. Maybe it is a human nature that if at all we are somebody who is very powerful as compared to us creates any sort of problem and trouble for us, we remain very tolerant, we remain silent. Either we prefer to remain silent or we speak very little and we speak very carefully as well. But if at all who is somebody who is you can say that weak, weaker than us, but any small or maybe even very small sort of friction occurs between us and them, a very small irritant is created between we and them, we become very angry. We render them any sort of ultimatum. Stop doing it or start doing it. Otherwise, I will do this thing. Otherwise, I do that thing. We threaten them. We blackmail, threaten them. Dear friends, I think whether there is a problem with any sort of person or without any person, whether a person is a weaker one, whether a person in front of us is a stronger one, I think this attitude is not right. If at all we are very angry, if at all we are very intolerant, and we do start thinking that as long as this problem is there, I cannot enjoy my life at all. As long as this problem is there, I cannot enjoy my life at all. I cannot become a happy person. And I do have to remove it. I do have to get rid of it. I do have to somehow overcome this trouble. And I do have to overcome it at all cost. I'm not going to tolerate it anymore. I'm not going to bear it anymore. Because this trouble, because this problem has made my life very much miserable, very much troublesome. I think it is all because we have started thinking excessively about it. It's not because the problem is a very genuine one or the problem is a very big one. I think this is not the reason. The reason is that we have been thinking about it and have been thinking about it in a very negative manner. If at all we are thinking about something, if at all we are thinking about somebody who, and that too in quite a negative manner, not only that we are thinking in a negative manner, rather we are found thinking quite often about that, what does happen, it will make us an irritable person and it will become a kind of trouble, a genuine trouble for us. I think it is, if at all, it is creating some sort of psychological trouble or tension for us. It is only because we have started thinking about it excessively and we have been thinking about it too much. The two of these things combine, negativity on the one hand and excessive thinking on the other hand. I think this makes us somebody who is very much intolerant. This renders us somebody who is very much unwise. I think that we need to start thinking differently. Unless and until we don't think differently, I think that we are not going to become a better person at all. Our life will become spoiled. Our life will become spoiled in two ways. One way is that we will remain unhappy and we will remain stress ridden. We will remain stress ridden for most of the time. Why? Because we have zeroed on a trouble, and if at all we have zeroed on one problem, I think that this will make us highly inflammable. This will make us highly intolerant. We don't need to zero on one irritant, and because if at all we do that, what is going to happen that it will grow out of proportion. Although it is something very small, it is usually something small, it is usually something which can be ignored, it is usually something which can be bared and which can be tolerated, and we don't require any sort of urgent action at all. But because of the negative and the excessive thinking, I think that we blow it out of proportion, and once we do blow it out of proportion, I think what is going to happen that it makes our life very much unenjoyable. It makes our life very much stress ridden. I think we need to come out of it, because if at all, unless and until we don't come out of it, what is going to happen then? I think that we will be in trouble. We will spoil our life sometimes because of becoming an intolerant person. We take such a drastic step, and this drastic step actually it blackens our face and it spoils our life. Many a time, a small problem does not go away, but the person does consume oneself while fighting with that small problem. I think we should need to change our attitude toward these irritants, toward these problems immediately, and we need to become a tolerant human being. We need to bear it. We need to wait for the right moment. If at all we don't wait for the right moment, what is going to happen then? I think that this small problem or trouble will kill us, and will kill us. We will take such a drastic step. Either we will kill it will kill us, or it will make us ashamed. We will remain ashamed throughout our life. We need to bear it. We need to wait for the right moment. Thank you very much.